And welcome to the Brenner Family Field for some GMC soccer action. I'm Isaiah Meadow. Joined with me is Aiden De Silva. And today we have our St. Joseph Falcons going up against the New Brunswick Zebras for the first time this season. Aiden, how are we feeling about this game?
Obviously, St. Joe starting undefeated to start the season. You love to see it. New Brunswick, bit of a tougher start, about 2-4 to start the year. So look for St. Joe's to continue this undefeated streak and go into the playoffs in the right form.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Speaking of that, they're now 13th in the state after Thursday, ranked by NJ.com. They did beat number 16 Monroe a few games ago, and it took them a while to get ranked, but now they're finally up there in that top 15.
Yeah, I think they'll continue to climb those ranks as the games go on. They have four more regular season games after this, and they're all very winnable. So could see them creep into that top 10 as the weeks go on.
Yeah, and now with that, we have kickoff live, starting off with New Brunswick on the ball, and the press is already starting for the Falcons.
Yeah, and on this New Brunswick side, you see a lot of familiar faces with some key contributors, including players like Alexis Blanco and specifically Josue Carrasco, who scored 9 points for this New Brunswick side, specifically 4 goals. So look for him. St. Joe's definitely want to be aggressive against him, that junior forward.
Yeah, I can agree with you there as they start off with the ball, playing down to the 40s, Patrick Flee, down to Charnecki, gets hit out of bounds, goes New Brunswick way, start off the game.
You hear Bobby Borky commanding the field on that left side, senior captain for the St. Joe side, first year starter, and he's been a pivotal player for this St. Joe side, only allowing 3 or 4 goals to start the year.
Zachary Smith already showing off some aggression as the ball gets played back to Robert Bookie. Like you said, he's had an amazing season, 30 plus saves so far in his first career start for the Falcons. How do you think he's going to help this team so far in this game?
Yeah, I think his calmness and poise is a big contributor for the St. Joe side. To have a confident keeper like Bobby definitely gives St. Joe this added boost. Not to mention, he's had some fantastic saves for this side. Like I mentioned, they have not let more than 1 goal in any of these games. They only let it goal three of the times. Is a big opportunity for St. Joe's.
Charnecki all the way down, plays the ball through, easily in the hands there for Alexander Tenorio there as his first save of the game has came pretty early with 38 minutes so far.
Yeah, Isaiah, you love to see St. Joe just get a shot on the board. Even if it wasn't the most aggressive shot, it was still definitely just get St. Joe started right. Obviously, they're definitely more of an aggressive team with that 3-5-2 set, always looking for defensive movement.
Right now, ball is by the left corner flag. Zachary Smith gets to the ball but loses it immediately. Ball cross. Bobby struggling to get that one, but it does go out for a corner for New Brunswick.
Yeah, tough grip there for Bobby. First touch of the game, and just a little slipped out of his hands, but nothing to worry about there. He'll go off for a corner kick.
Corner now. First corner of the game is now for New Brunswick. Bobby's lining up his defense. In swinger. Zachary Smith with the first head. And Charnecki's able to get a boot to it, and it goes wide for Kui, who gets a good touch on the ball. He sees Marinello, he plays Marinello, and he's through on goal to start off the game. He's out running. He's through on goal. He falls. No call for the penalty there. He got tripped up. The ref says play on, and the first attack of the game, already controversial call from the referees, no pen.
Yeah, Isaiah, I think the New Brunswick player clearly grabbed Joe's jersey there. It's just a question of if it was enough to award the foul. In my opinion, it was, but definitely a tough call from the ref, especially coming in from behind the play.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Marinello did make a little bit much of it, but still, he did get grabbed. So I do not know why there wasn't a call there. Kui on the ball. Ortiz tries to play back to Kui, but easily in the hands for Tenorio again.
Great start for the St. Joe side, Isaiah. And right off of that corner kick, no worry for the St. Joe's defense. And a beautiful pass there by Peter Fine Joe, so love to see it.
Trinecki on the ball. Dribbles into the midfield, instantly cleared. And Zachary Smith can let the ball go out of bounds. But back to that play, uh, that penalty claim, that's a really early start for the Falcons. They look like they're being really aggressive. But imagine if they were 1-0 up, what that would do for Joes.
Yeah, it would be definitely huge because you feel like a lot of these games, although St. Joe's has dominated, they really can't get on the board till late in the game. So it makes you start to panic. So St. Joe's playing with a lead, it almost feels like they're more prone to offensive chances with that nature because the teams have to get a little more aggressive. So
Ooh. And that is a good shot there for New Brunswick. Ball just played wide. Bobby Borky was able to relax himself enough to not dive, but that was a good chance for New Brunswick.
yeah, and I mean, Isaiah, just as I'm talking about St. Joseph's defensive poise, big opportunity there for New Brunswick. Maybe I should just stop talking about St. Joe's in a positive manner, but look for them to get a good offensive strike going.
Tavares plays a long ball. Quigle's onto it using his strength. Goes the Falcons' way. Marino on the ball in the midfield. Ortiz gets tripped up, and a foul for the Falcons as they get their first free kick.
Yeah, and you look for a player like possibly Darian or even Noah you see stepping up to the ball and take this set piece. Gotta imagine it's going to be a cross in as opposed to a shot, but you see both of those players stepping up to the ball. Look for players like Zach Smith on that back post to get a good header on there.
All but three players within that 20-yard line as Charnicki plays an in swinger. Marinello just gets ahead to it. Steps with the shot, but unable to get a goal there. Good stop originally by Tenorio as Charnicki goes onto the ball. Great skill from him. He goes through and he gets fouled. No call again from the ref as it goes out for a goal kick.
I mean, yeah, interesting call there, Isaiah. I'm pretty sure he got clearly kicked to the ground. My only question would be, I guess, is he had no chance of actually making a play on the ball, so that could be a factor, but still, clear push to the ground there by this New Brunswick side.
Yeah, that's a second no call there from the referee. How do you think the refs are going to take a play into this game as Kui gets a shot off, keeps on the floor. Mena gets another shot, but the Ternario's still down as Kui gets a good shot there. But like I was saying, how do you think these refs' calls are going to affect the game?
I mean, Isaiah, you gotta hope it doesn't. You never want the refs to be a factor into this game. So far, well, a couple plays here and there, nothing too major. There's were definitely calls that could have gone either way. Tough calls for a ref to make. Just gotta hope that the refs call an even game, and I think they will. But I hope I don't have to worry about anything, Isaiah.
Yeah, I can agree with you there as New Brunswick gets a long kick. Marinello gets control of it in the midfield, loses it immediately though. Zach's able to get the interception. Kui on the left now finds Stats out wide. He uses his pace, could not get through there. He did score a beautiful goal last game. Uh, One-on-one solo goal, and that was probably one of the goals of the season for the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, more and more, Isaiah, you see a lot of these young players, including Carter, just like Luke Ortiz, that have been key contributors for the St. Joe side and gives you hope for the years to come when a lot of these senior captains and senior players are leaving. I believe at least six or seven of the players on the St. Joe side are seniors.
Joe Marinello out wide. Takes his time. He does play a ball long, tries to find Stats, but unable to reach him as it just goes out of bounds for a New Brunswick throw.
Yeah, tough take there though, but Joe Marinello has been an amazing senior captain for the St. Joe side, scoring 3 goals so far in that midfield position. Absolute force to be reckoned with. Great ball control, great pace, just everything you want to see out of a midfield player.
Right now, Stats is on the ball, wins a throw in for the Falcons. It looks like he's going to play one in the box. Zachary Smith and Philip Quee both go in. Looks like they're ready for a big attack. Stats with the long throw. Zach with the first header. Able to just get cleared. And looks like it's going to be a little bit of foot race, but Tavares is able to win it there. Quee tries to find a long to Charnicki, but it goes out for a throw. Flipped up into midfield. Long ball there from Carrasco. Right to Bobby, though, as he gets another control of the ball.
No problem there for Bobby. As you mentioned, 32 saves so far this season in 7 games. Just over.
Long ball there. Kui on the one-on-one. What a save there from Tenorio. That's another save from Tenorio so far. He's been looking really good for New Brunswick. That was a clear opportunity for a goal there from Kui.
Yeah, Isaiah, that was a fantastic play by Tenorio. I think Phil was going. I mean, excuse me, Pat was going for the pass there, just trying to chip it over the keeper into his wide open teammate, and absolutely phenomenal by the keeper there to get his hands up.
Yeah, it looks like Kui did not know what he was doing there in that final third, but again, a really key save. That's another chance for Joe's to score. Handball claims on the other side, however, ball goes all the way out wide.
Yeah, I think his hand was in a natural position right there, so I like the no call by the ref.
A really sloppy ball into the box there as Zach's able to get it clear with his right foot. And looks like this high line from New Brunswick has been looking really costly so far, as two clear chances on goal have came to St. Joe's, but no goals so far, as it is 0-0 with 30 minutes
But
left in the first half.
I will say that I mean New Brunswick has definitely been a great opponent for St. Joe's. Probably one of the better ones they faced in the past couple games, giving St. Joe's a run for the money with a couple of good chances. One of those 5 minutes where they almost won the back of the net. So St. Joe's definitely have to stand their toes.
Falcons get the throw in on the 50 with Zachary Smith on the ball.
He's Zach Smith, one of those senior captains, committed to Muhlenberg College, just an amazing defenseman. St. Joe's asking for the foul, and they get it, so they have a set piece here, Isaiah. But Zach Smith, just an amazing player, and maybe he'll get involved in this play as he usually hangs around that back post.
We see Wubenhorst and Tronecki again stepping up for the free kick in the same spot on the opposite side, however, as Tronecki places the ball down. All but one Falcon player right now is inside the 20. As Tronecki plays the ball up, tries to find Mena, Zachary Smith for the seconds, but again, Tenario is just there and gets the save for New Brunswick.
Yeah, Isaiah Tanara is definitely feeling himself. That these last couple plays, very confident. He's had 15 saves so far in 3 games, and this New Brunswick side has not had one solid goalkeeper. I mean, they've had 3 different goalkeepers in 6 matches, with Tenario having 3 games played, but also Martinez has 2 caps with William Vasquez David Diaz having 1. But Tenario has definitely proven himself to be the best keeper for this New Brunswick side, and as in just 3 games, he's had 15 saves, so averaging 5 saves.
Yeah, and you can clearly see so far he has probably been the best player on both sides with two really crucial saves as our free kick is going to be retaken for the Falcons on the 40.
And as I mentioned Carrasco a little earlier in this game, who has 4 goals so far, but just some other great players for the side. As Armando Sanchez has a goal and an assist so far. He's a sophomore. Alexis Blanca has a goal. Giovanni Franco has an assist, and Osmar Galindo has a goal and assist. So look for some of these players to help New Brunswick try to score here.
Tranecki tries to play a through ball. Ortiz he just gets there. He's still on goal. Bad touch, unfortunately. And Tenario with the save there. Ortiz, if he had a better touch, that would have been a goal for the Falcons.
Yeah, unfortunate touch there. Ortiz just took a wrong bounce off his chest, but you love to see St. Joe's capitalizing on these New Brunswick mistakes.
Smith's able to play it back to Boyke. He has time. He finds his center back in Tavares. Skillful there from him as he takes his time. Mana plays a long ball. Finds Charnecki. Couldn't read the ball there as Ortiz now holds onto it in the 20. Finds Charnecki. Tries to play it to Kui, but Joe Manel gets a shot off right into Tenario's hands there. Tornado's being tested a lot so far this game. Bit of a surprise.
Yeah, he's had what 4 6 so far. New Brunswick's had of that. He's definitely been tested. Nothing too serious so far, but he has played Common and Poison, not giving New Brunswick too much to worry about so far.
Kui, who's now all the way at the 30 from center back position, is just outrunning the New Brunswick midfield. And he just loses the ball there as it goes out for a goal kick for New Brunswick.
Yeah, tough break there for 12, but amazing defensive play. I mean, he's a center back, and I say he ended up in the other team's corner, so you'd love to see that aggression out of him. Another one of those senior players for this St. Joe side. Who has scored a goal, by the way. He has a goal and an assist, so don't count him out.
Yeah, I can totally agree with you there, Aiden. As Tenorio gets a goal kick now to Carrasco, who has a lot of space in that midfield. Plays it to his right back. Just unable to hold on to the ball there as Carter Stets wins a throw in for the Falcons. Kui with a good touch. Finds Joe in the midfield. Reverses it right back to Stets now, who's Gets another unfortunate touch, but he now is in that one-on-one spot. This is where he scored last game. Tries to find Marinello, but unfortunately loses the ball there. Zachary Smith with a good touch. Tries to find Stats, but it just goes out of bounds there for another goal kick for New Brunswick.
Yeah, I mean, Isaiah, going back to that play earlier with that Joe Marinello pass down the sideline, that was a beautiful ball with his weak left foot, but still finding that player running down the sideline in Stats and able to get him space. Obviously, Stats misplayed the touch, but if he did not, that could have been a clear scoring opportunity for Joe's.
Fui on the ball, unable to get through that defender. Ortiz now holds onto it. He finds Mena. Good ball there from Ortiz. He still tries to go on, but Mena loses it. New Brunswick loses the ball there, but gets a throw in as they really held the ball for possession. As Falcons just been pressuring, but it is still 0-0 somehow with a lot of shots for the Joes.
Getting some fresh legs come on the field. You see Carter Stats and Luke Ortiz, those up and coming juniors come off, and some seniors in Caleb Wood and Carlos Fernandez Momelos coming onto the pitch. So Carlos obviously brings that pace, and Caleb with that strong left foot on that left back position.
Yeah, all of Carlos's goals have basically just been coming from pace abusing, and it looks like with this high line from New Brunswick, that could be really helpful.
Yeah, definitely as I see Joe's wins the throw here.
Tranecki to Tavares, heels on the ball. Rubenhorst in the midfield. Just a little bit too much there from Zach as Rubenhorst loses the ball in the midfield. A bit of a rare coming there for Rubenhorst.
Yeah, just a slight mispass there by Wilson. There's nothing to worry about. This middle miscommunication here by him and Zach.
Zach finds Marinello. He finds Tranecki. He has a little bit of time, but he's unable to find Kui there on that reverse cross. Marinello, however, bursts into midfield, wins another foul for the Falcons as they get a free kick on the 30-yard line.
And I think that's the third time that Joe Winhall has been fouled this game. Gotta hope that those don't keep happening and lead to an injury. But great play there by him to draw the foul, and another set piece here for Darian or Tranecki to take.
Rubenhorst and Tranecki step on the free kick with almost every Falcon player in that box on that side of the 18. Tranecki plays the ball through. Tenorio just gets a hand on it as Falcons are unable to score there. An open net. Let no goal in somehow. Good defense there from New Brunswick. Zachary Smith with the overlapping header. And looks like a foul there for the Falcons as a New Brunswick defender is left on the floor.
Yeah, I think collision there, possibly on his head. So you gotta hope he's okay. Seems to be okay as he sits up. Good to see that because it did seem like a pretty scary collision, head-on collision for that New Brunswick player. But it will be a free kick for this New Brunswick side.
Right now, as there are 22 minutes left in this first half, 0-0 is still the score. New Brunswick gets a long free kick as Caleb Ward gets his first touch of the game back in the air. Rubenhorst tries to find Mena. He uses his strength there and he wins onto the ball. Tries to find Venegas as he breaks through. Look at the skill there. Venegas is through on goal. What a tackle. He still has the ball. Marinello unable to score though. And New Brunswick escapes once more. Another good chance for the Falcons.
Tough break there for St. Joe's. Carlos, obviously, like you mentioned earlier, that pace abuse. He is just one
Look
of
at
the
the skill.
quickest players on the pitch.
Tavares holds onto the ball there from center back to the 30. Finds Charnecki, hits the ref. He stops the ball, and the fans are not liking that one.
Yeah, you never want to see the ref get in the way of the play. Obviously, not intentional by there. So he's going to give St. Joe's, I'm pretty sure, the indirect free kick here. Yep.
Charnecki utilizes that with a cross. Goes all the way out for Zachary Smith on the left-hand side. He plays it right back in. Marinello's a target. New Brunswick's able to hold on to the ball again. Mena with the block from the center mid spot. The pressure's looking really high for the Falcons. Marinello's now on the ball. Takes a big shot there.
It's
Goes
good,
through the
Isaiah.
goalpost.
It is good, Isaiah. As I don't think Joe was aiming for the field goal there, but I love that opportunity for him. Big fruit by him. Just got to lower it a bit on that ball. Will definitely be in the back of the net.
Yeah, trying to surprise there tonight, who's been looking really solid all game. Like I said, does go out for a corner. Looks like there was a deflection. Good shot there from Marinello as Ruben Horst able to step up and take a corner for Joe's.
Yeah, first corner here for St. Joe's. Ruben Orst. Trenecki's taking most of the free kicks so far, but Ruben Orst looks like to be taking the corner kicks. So gotta wonder if this will make a difference so far.
Looks like Czarnecki did go back and take that corner. Looks like he's now going to become that main set piece taker as he's ready for the in swinger. Puts it in the box. Marinello with the header. Venegas with the shot. Zachary Smith with the handball claim. Nothing, however, as Ward falls in a free kick for the Joes in that same spot for the third time so far this game. As Czarnecki gets up to step in for another free kick.
Yeah, New Brunswick has definitely been a very aggressive team here. That's, I believe, upwards of 5 fouls so far for the New Brunswick side. No cards yet shown, but gotta wonder if as it goes on, the ref will become more and more disciplined.
Czarnecki and Ward now, he has a lefty. He's ready to step up for a free kick as well. Now there's three players on it. Boykin Tavares in the back. Ward with the chip into the box there. Tenari was able to read that, however, and he gets a clearance.
Yeah, I think Caleb was looking to get a little more air under that. First set piece we've really seen out of him, but I'm sure he can do better than that. I know him.
Free kick for the Zebras as it goes against Caleb Ward there.
Maybe that some of that frustration coming into effect there is that.
Now, New Brunswick gets their first set piece opportunity of the game.
Good for a player like Carrasco on this player for New Brunswick, who scored time and time again for them.
Ball played in. Smith's able to get to it again. He's just been an aerial force right now as Bobby's able to go onto the ball for the Falcons.
That great play there by the St. Joe side, not crumbling defensively at all, and winning position that easily is possible attacking opportunity or mounting.
Marinello wins the ball in the midfield. Calls with a sweet turn. Unable to get through though, as Ward aggressively goes, slides in. Feels like he's trying to relieve some frustration as New Brunswick gets a chance on their side. Quee's tracking him down. Tavares gets an easy ball up. Quee finds Ward, and Ward finds Mena with a lot of time. He tries to get through, and he does. He sees Quee on the left-hand side. He finds him. Reverse to Mena. He can't get the hold of the ball, but he able to find Quee. He plays in the middle, goes out, and that is a Falcons corner.
I'd say that was some amazing possession by that St. Joe side. Amazing control, just all around great passing. Able to maintain control. They're in a very tight spot where they had around 4 or 5 New Brunswick defensemen. They were still able to maintain control and go up, let the ball go out for corner.
As there are some subs being made as Patrick Quee makes his way off, and so does Tranecki, as Jaden Harris comes in for the Falcons.
Yeah, young lightning bolt for the St. Joe side. He has great pace and control. Definitely on the St. Joe side.
Ruben on this one. Carlos with a open opportunity to play a reverse back into the box, but it just goes out for another corner as now Ward steps in for this one for another in swing.
Yeah, tricky little play there. Carlos kind of got lost in the crowd on that back post, and the ball got all the way through. And great opportunity there. New Brunswick defender in a way, but now St. Joe's getting another corner.
Ward steps on for this one. He plays it in. Out there, Wubenhorst tries to win the 50-50. Unable to there. Marinello holds onto the ball. He has time. Finds Tavares with the easy one play there to Harris. To Carlos. He gets a shot. Mena, open goal. Another save. Wow. The Zebras cannot get this goal scored there. The Falcons with another chance, unable to get in. Another corner for St. Joe's.
Fantastic play there by St. Joe's. Obviously, bouncing ball in the box. Carlos tried to get the shot on. everyone. An amazing shot there by Elon, and I believe a New Brunswick defender got in the way. Tough right there for St. Joe's, but love to see that offense early in this first half.
Ward runs for this ball. Good skill there from him. He gets ready to play it right in the box there. Good read from New Brunswick. As Marnello takes his time, finds Ward. And now the Falcons are able to recycle. North immediately with another long ball. Smith is open. Tenorio is just everywhere so far for New Brunswick. Another chance for the Falcons, but Tenorio once again stops that.
Yeah, this goalkeeper feels like he's everywhere, Isaiah. I mean, there's no spot that you cannot see him just making the all that also say amazing play there by the St. Joe's defense to find Zach Smith streaking on the sideline, but amazing play.
Atkins, who was the other substitute, now is onto the ball. Finds Venegas. Plays it up and finds Marnello again. He's still on goal. With a chance. Really good defense there from New Brunswick. Marnello's onto the ball still. Gets a shot! Goal! St. Joe's finally gets the goal there. Coming from Marinello. Really good solo play. And the Falcons now are up 1-0.
The stage. Falcons. The throw slip on number 5, Council Marinello.
Then I missed
After the first half,
after
the Falcons won and Brunswick
Joe
difference
did not panic, played the ball back, cut in, got the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, and that was a really great play there for Marinello as he just breaks through on goal. That's exactly what happens when you just keep attacking, 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 and Marinello finally gets the goal for the Falcons.
Apologize, fans, for the camera complications here. We're trying to fix that. Sorry, guys. As New Brunswick possesses the ball, looking to bounce back. Isaiah, that's the first time in a while that St. Joe's has really scored in these first half with a dominant goal. So you love to see how St. Joe's plays with a lead for the back 3 quarters of this game.
Yeah, they've been just the aggressor so far, and that's what happens when you just keep attacking, like I said. Marinello with a shot there as Ward slips, goes out for uh Falcons goal kick, however.
Great job by St. Joe's to squash any hope of that New Brunswick counterattack after the St. Joe's goal. Gotta wonder how they'll play. Maybe bring in some more defensive-minded players like Mason Atkins at that right back position or some other
Right now, it's New Brunswick on the ball. Held by Carrasco. Mason Atkins just able to stop it there. He's probably one of their better defenders. A senior defender, Mason Atkins, is able to get the stop for throwing for New Brunswick.
Yeah, great defensive mind there for St. George. Obviously, a more defensive minded player. Not really trying to score the ball, but his lockdown defense doesn't let anyone get by him. So, love to see him on the field right now.
Great tackle from Ward. Speaking of which, on that side, as Murnell takes time, finds Smith, plays it back to Boyke, and he's able to get a long ball into midfield. Ward with a lot of time. Plays the ball in the air for Tavares, who's now in that striker spot. Wins it, header over the goal. That's two. That's Xavier from center back to striker as the Falcons get another goal right after the first. Falcons 2, New Brunswick 0.
Xavier will back to Harris. Xavier will back to Harris. Amazing play there by St. George. I mean, first ball.
For the St. Joseph Falcons. That goal was scored by number 9, Xavier. Well back to Barres. Time of the goal is 13:59 in the first half. Is the St. Joseph Falcons 2 and the Brunswick 0-0.
And as I was saying, that was just a phenomenal goal by that St. Joe's side. First the ball into Xavier, and then Xavier to be able to control that ball, get the header up, and pass the goalkeeper. You were just talking up to his goalkeeper, Isaiah, and he's let in 2 goals. And that second one, really a defensive breakdown by the New Brunswick side.
Yeah, that high line is looking like a real problem. As Tavares was able to get in from that fullback spot all the way to the striker spot and get an easy header on goal. As Kui is able to hold on to the ball, play it up to Marinello. He plays it through. Carlos. This is a third chance for Falcons. He was onto the ball, tries to take on the 1v1. Look at the skill there as he just loses onto the ball there, but he was almost through on goal. And that would have been a big chance for the Falcons if they were able to make it through.
Seems like an offside there by New Brunswick. Not exactly sure. It could have been a free, could have been a foul. Nonetheless, St. Joe's ball. playing it through to Darian, excuse me.
Meno, wow, makes the player drop there. As he finds Ruben Horse on the counter. Tries to find Venegas, trying to use that speed, but just goes out for a Falcon for a New Brunswick goal kick.
Yeah,
So
Isaiah, he's not that quick. I mean, as fast as Carlos is, he's not Superman. Cannot get to the ball there. Nonetheless, amazing show of display by the St. Joe side for the past 5 or 10 minutes, getting these 2 goals. As Xavier, the goal scorer, comes off, as well as Carter Stett's coming back on the pitch.
yeah, a round of applause there from the Falcon flock there as Xavier, the goal scorer, does come off, goes to the trainer. A bit of a worry there as Ruben Horse was onto the ball. He finds Kui with the press from New Brunswick, gets to the Robert Borky, who has not been tested a lot this game. It's been really Falcons all day.
Yeah, and Isaiah, those first 5 minutes, you had to worry a little. I mean, New Brunswick obviously had that set piece into the box that they almost scored off of with that header going wide. But besides that, after that play, there has been virtually no offense from this New Brunswick side. The St. Joe's gets another opportunity here.
Marinello, he's still on goal. Many players through. Oh, just off the side net. But Marinello outpaces for the third straight time this game as he's unable to get a goal there and make it his second.
Yeah, you got to wonder if New Brunswick's going to make some tactical changes here. As that is like the 5th time that this St. Joe's team has just been able to get in behind their defenders. A lot of fast players like Joe and Carlos have both run track in the past. Obviously, Carlos going to the college for track, so you got to wonder if New Brunswick wants to bring in some faster defenders.
Harris tries to play it through, goes out for a goal kick. But look at the press there as they win the ball immediately after it goes out for a goal kick. New Brunswick's not able to get anything past his midfield. It's been a constant press and it's been working so far for the Falcons.
Yeah, and Isaiah, this New Brunswick offense has really not looked too shabby. I mean, there's been a couple chances for them, and they definitely had their chances, but with this New Brunswick defense kind of crumbling and letting a lot of odd man rushes in behind them, it's tough for New Brunswick to have momentum in this game.
Ball played through there for Carrasco's unable to beat Smith, who hasn't been tested again either like Bobby or any of the defenders, to be honest with you. It does go out, however, for a corner for New Brunswick.
Yeah, and as this game goes on, you'll look to some of these key contributors. We've talked about them before. Jaden Harris has a goal so far this season. Luke Ortiz, Carter Sets, the future of the St. Joe soccer program. They will definitely be key contributors to see Luke Ortiz coming back onto the pitch.
Yeah, so does Kui coming in also, as was able to get the clearance. Marinello flicks it on, and that is Kui with a lot of space. Plays it to Ward. Ward with a really good touch there. Plays it to Carlos, who's just onside. He has time. He whips a shot. Tested scenario there. What a save there. A corner for the Falcons.
I love that decision by Carlos there. I mean, no one was really expecting it. He sees the opportunity. Outstretched save for that New Brunswick side as the players start to come on, but great shot there by Carlos and it goes after St. Joe's corner.
Yeah, the shot was good, but the save was arguably better as Caleb Ward is able to step in for another in-swinger for the Falcons coming from another counterattack. As this New Brunswick defense just been looking slow and unsteady all game. Ward's able to step onto it. Swings it in. Tries to find Ortiz on the other side, unable to there. As Atkins able to stop the counter from happening. Good play there from Carrasco. Unable to get the ball through there, however, to Julio Garcia as Bobby's able to hold on to the ball. Good amount of space there for New Brunswick, who really have a chance so far in the Joe's opposition, but like I said, Zachary Smith is able to get there and win it again.
New Brunswick for the first time in the game having a sense of control now. See what they can do with it.
Yeah, for the first time, they're able to hold on to the ball a little bit more. And just as I said it, Mena's able to get to the ball. Just loses it again, though. And Smith is on another race as the ball just goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, I see you're hearing some stray whistles. You know where those are coming from?
I think it's the fans from St. Joe's. They're looking really excited after these first 2 goals have been scored. I don't really know what it is, but it's confusing me as well.
Yeah, I think the refs were getting a little upset about it. Maybe fans looking for foul, but you see some new players coming back onto the pitch for the St. Joe side. Noah Trinecki and
Smith plays the ball up immediately for another chance, and that's Carlos. Tries to win for the second header, unable to though, but Quee's able to bring it down. Uses his strength, he gets brought down. No foul there from the ref. He's been told to get up as New Brunswick gets the ball on a 2v2 opportunity. Plays it through. Quee did not see that one coming, but that was a good line there as he leads him offside, and Bobby Bug is able to win the ball.
yeah, play there by this New Brunswick side, unfortunately offside. But you don't want to see any crumbling like that for St. Joe's because if that player was 2 steps behind, he would have had a one-on-one with the keeper there, and it could have been very easy a 2-1 game.
Atkins to Carlos. Another chance for the Falcons. He plays it through. Quee! Oh! Falcons 3, New Brunswick 0. Really great play. And basically, how both the first 2 goals happened, the third one comes there as the Falcons get another goal 3-0 in the first half.
Yeah, amazing play there.
Dominic Ball, 7:44 in the first half. The St. Joseph Falcons 3, it was a 0-0.
St. Joe got me out to an early 3-0 lead. Isaiah, you got to start to wonder some of these young stars for St. Joe's was to check in the game.
Yeah, really good play there. Like I said, he's just so fast. You can't really get by him as a defender. You can't really hold the high line against him either. And he utilized that twice, and that's where he got his assist so far as New Brunswick gets the kickoff going.
And Isaiah, if this game stays as it is, do you think we'll start to see some of those young players like Stelio, like Braden Shepard to get into the game and really show these fans what they got?
Yeah, there's a good chance, honestly. New Brunswick has not been looking threatening at all, and it's just probably giving Rocca to have a chance to play some of these young stars and play them in. As right now, the Falcons hold on to the ball with Mason Atkins trying to find Caleb Ward, unable to there. Good skill there from Carrasco, but ball just goes out. Ball played over, and it just goes out for a Falcons goal kick, and that just sums up New Brunswick's day.
Yeah, frustration clear from those players is 3-0, and they really cannot get any offense going. I think to look for another chance here.
Same thing. Charnecki unable to get a touch there. Oh, Charnecki's just unable to beat Ternario there as it goes out for a goal kick again. And Aiden, this high line from New Brunswick clearly is not working, but it's just being stuck to by the coach. No chains and 3 goals. Do you think anything is gonna change at halftime at all?
I say you gotta hope for the Drew Butler side. I said it time and time again. A lot of these St. Joe's forward men and midfielders are very, very quick. Players like Carlos Venegas de Milo, players like Joe Marinello. And they have time and time again, like I said, gotten past these defensemen who are playing relatively high compared to most defense. So you gotta wonder if this coach has to make an adjustment, whether bringing new players that are quicker.
Charnecki, through on goal, claimed there by Tenario, but like you were saying, this has been a pretty rough stretch of games for New Brunswick. They've lost their last 3 and have not scored a goal in any of those games. And it looks like the same thing's going to be happening today. They need something to work right, especially for GMC play that's happening really soon.
Yeah, and Isaiah, they started off 2-1. They had 2 hard-fought victories against South River, winning 4-3, and East Brunswick winning 4-3. But after that, it's been tough losses with 5-0, 4-0, 2-0, 4-0. So you got to wonder if they're going to get back in the form. And it looks like another tough losses.
Harris in the midfield is able to hold on to the ball. Plays out wide as Stats. Just gets to the ball there. Really good play from him. And look at the skill. Nice move there. Plays it into the box. Unable to find anyone. But Stats has been looking really tempting on that left wing spot.
Yeah, definitely, Isaiah. Bit of an unexpected player here. So he wasn't starting the season, but more and more he's earned playing time for this St. Joe's team. And now, as you mentioned last game, getting that key deciding goal to the St. Joe's front. So definitely a key contributor for St. Joe's.
The goal scorer for the second goal, Tavares misses way back on, and Stets comes off as well as Ward. 2 substitutions made for the Falcons.
That's still on.
Stets was on the pitch, my fault. As New Brunswick were going to throw in for the first time.
Yeah, and I think as the game goes on, Isaiah, I mentioned it earlier, but you will see a lot more of these young players, players like Shepard, will get into the game and show Coach Rocker what they truly have is a lot. I mean, I think I counted 8 of the starters for St. Joe's were senior classmates, so it's gonna be a tough shoes to fill.
A lot of time for Atkins in that midfield, as you can see there, as Rubner's on the ball right now. Plays it through. And it looks like the game plan for the Falcons are just keep testing that high line, keep playing the long balls. Every time the ball goes back to the center back, the ball team is going right back up into that attacking third. Atkins is able to play three, wins the header, however, finds Ortiz. He gets shoved in the back from Carrasco, no call there. The fans are really not liking that call as he gets put to the floor.
Yeah, Isaiah, as much as St. Joe's is up 3-0, there have been couples. St. Joe's gets the foul call there, but there have been a couple questionable calls by the ref not giving St. Joe's a foul call.
Ball play in the air for Stets, who's now rotating to that right wing spot. He wins a throw in, and it looks like it's going to be a long throw in there as Mason's getting ready to step up for it. No, it goes back to New Brunswick. Pretty questionable call there from the ref.
Yeah, tough 50-50 ball there, tough angle for the refs to see. Obviously, only 2 refs could definitely play a factor here. Is no sideline judges, so they have to assume those roles well.
Under 3 minutes left in the first half. 3-0 for the Falcons. Goals coming from Marinello, Tavares, and Kui for St. Joe's. As Atkins uses his body there. So does Carter, and he gets put to the ground. He wants a free kick, and he's chirping off there. New Brunswick wants a free kick, though.
Yeah, it's an interesting call there by the ref. I did not see a St. Joe's foul. If anything, I would assume it'd be called against New Brunswick. So gotta wonder if those calls will keep going New Brunswick's way. Seeing the ball goes out first. Oh, excuse me. Ball goes out for New Brunswick.
Pretty good ball there, all the way to the right. And it does lead to a throw in for New Brunswick. Rare opportunity for them to be in the St. Joe's attacking third. Let's see how long this one's going to last.
Seems like it's gonna go right away. As Bobby Borky easily maintains the ball with just under 2 minutes left to play.
Bobby tries the long ball. Really good kick there, right to Charnecki. Goes into the midfield. Harris tries to play it through, unable to. And ball goes right back to New Brunswick. Atkins with time. Bad read there as the ball goes out of bounds there for New Brunswick.
Yeah, Mason kicking himself after that control. He knows what he did wrong there. No reason to harp on it. Tough play there. But St. Joe's time and time again just wins possession right back.
Harris plays it through. And this is the foot race between Kui and two other defenders. Looks like he's going to win it. And as soon as I says that, goes right out of bounds there. But the Falcons do get another throw in that 10-yard line.
Yeah, tough break there for St. Joe, but they still maintain possession here with just under a minute left to play. Going into halftime, Isaiah, I think St. Joe's is happy with their position. Dare I say the best half of football they played all season?
This probably might be one of their best halves because they are a team that struggles to score. Most of their wins comes from their defense, especially with clean sheets or either one goal conceded. As that tries to get a flick up, unable to, and it goes out for a goal kick for the Zebras.
Gotta wonder if New Brunswick wants to get one last offensive opportunity here to end the half, even if they just get a shot on goal, give them some momentum going to half, as they look very demoralized.
30 seconds left in this game. Tenorio steps up for the goal kick. Kui right to it. Now with 9 seconds left. And Bobby Bookie is able to hold on to the ball. And that's going to be the first half for the Falcons as Bobby with a little bit of toying with the Zebra attack there. 3-0 for St. Joe's. I'm Isaiah Metal. Join with me, Zayanda Silva, and we will be back for the second half
Ladies and gentlemen,
really soon. And we are back for the second half of this game as the Falcons take on New Brunswick for GMC soccer action. I'm Isaiah Meadow. Joining me today is another Aiden. We got Aiden Raju as we start off the second half. Right now, Joes are in the ball in the midfields. Looks like there's been a goalie switch. I don't know. I see now number 99, uh, Wilson Vasquez Diaz as a pretty interesting choice as the New Brunswick makes a new goalie switch, but right now the Falcons hold on to the ball.
Thought the goal looked pretty good for the first half of that half. But at the end of the half, it started to crumble there. But
Right now, a throw in for the Falcons, taken by Caleb Ward. Steps into it. Deep throw. Zach. Stats. He gets tripped up. And it looks like there's a foul going to New Brunswick there. Carter thinks he wanted a pen. Nothing given, though. But that was a really good chance to start off this half.
Penny Jones has missed a couple of those chances. That's really, really close, but just failed to convert.
Right now, it's going to be a free kick for New Brunswick as Carter does walk off there talking to the ref. Bit of questions there for the ref so far this game. A lot of calls that were not given Joe's way. However, that did not affect them as they did get 3 past Tenario. Zach now on the ball.
Yeah, Zach has been a brick wall back there these past couple games.
Missed kick there as Joe's gets another throw in. They've been holding on to the ball a lot so far. And that's just been helping them a lot as Tranecki gets pushed down to the ground. No foul again. Smith's able to push however though, and New Brunswick does win a throw in. Carter plays it to Kui. Kui's only wants it really well there. Finds Mena. Tries to get a shot off, unable to. Ball just gets booted out there to the side. Falcons thrown.
Penny Jones looked like they stayed right where they were in the first half. Aggressive, having many chances.
Stats stepping for the throw in. Plays it in. Zach with the first touch, unable to get anything though. Goes right out for Caleb Ward to win a throw in on that right hand side for the Falcons. Plays it in immediately. Tranecki tries to win the second header, but it just goes out of play. Ward, however, loses the ball and New Brunswick gets a chance on the counter.
Failed. So Falcons collected by one of the bench players. Joe gets it.
Ball goes right back there as a little bit of time has been made. Big boot into midfield.
Overstepped his head.
Zachary Smith wins the ball. Goes right back to New Brunswick for that left wing spot. Tavares there, the defender. Ball goes in. Bobby Boyd is able to get his hand on it.
Fire goes to the steps.
Instead with a lot of time. Unable to find Tranecki though. Bad miscommunication. And just without play.
Brunswick with the through ball. Bobby's there. Cleaning it up right there. Really nice right body.
Smith to Marinello. He finds Stats. Takes on the one-on-one. He's a really skillful player there, but unable to win that one. Goes out for another Falcons throw. Stats immediately tries to find Cleve, but just goes right back for another clearance. Zachary Smith, who's now in the midfield. And now all the way in that right wing spot as he just gets a deflection for another throw for New Brunswick. Ball
Throw in. X intercepts it. That's a foul by X.
New Brunswick have to look to try to push here. Down 3 goals with 35 minutes left. But St. Joe's denies him once again.
Tavares gets laid on the floor and just puts his hands in the air, waiting for a call there. That was an obvious foul, taken quickly, however, and now Mena is now in the midfield. Just unable to win that one-on-one, goes out of bounds for a zebra throw-in. Throw-in taken in, cleared again, and a lot of possession has been going to no one for the start of this second half. A lot of clearances, and no one's been able to hold up the ball.
Going to Marinello. Marinello loses it. And Marinello gets it back very easily. Marinello to Zach.
Long ball play. Trying to find Charnecki as he barely gets to it. And he gets across, but goes right out for the clearance. Kui gets the ball. Mena with a shot. Deflected. Stats. Easy goal. And that is 4-0 St. Joe's. Carter Stetson with an easy tap in. And a rebound from Kui leads to a simple finish.
Score the goal for the St. Joseph Falcons.
Back-to-back games with Stet scoring.
It goes scored by number 19, Carter Stretz. One of the goals 43-27 in the second half, and the St. Joseph Falcons scored, the Brunswick Zebra 0.
Stet's been looking better and better each game he's playing. More and more minutes each game. He really looked like a really good prospect for St. Joe's for next year.
Yes, that's only came off once so far this game, as this has been the most dominant game we have seen for St. Joe's, as New Brunswick gets the kickoff to start off the game. Ball played and immediately goes right back to Kui.
We lose it though.
Stats, who just scored, now is putting on a lot of pressure there for North Brunswick. They've been keeping up the pressure, which what Rocca said in the halftime, as New Brunswick was able to hold on to the ball, but Rocca was just yelling for this team to hold on to the ball and keep that pressure going. They are up a lot, but they cannot let that get to their heads. Throwing for the Falcons. As Mason Atkins does make his way in, and Caleb Ward comes off. Aiden, what do you think New Brunswick needs to do here in order to get at least a goal on the sheet?
He needs to be more aggressive, more aggressive. That's the only way. Zach and Phil have been very, very strong back there, and it's gonna be really hard for the Brunswick to score a goal. I don't really see it happening.
Tavares now leaves the ball off for Atkins to take a deep throw in. Zachary Smith and Phil Quee both make their way up into the field as they try and look for 5. All but 2 outfielders in the box right now. Quee's looking deep in there for a rebound, as Atkins with a lot of arm strength puts it in. Zach with the first flick. Punched away there from Vasquez. Quee's able to hold onto the ball. He dribbles through. He holds onto the ball still. And it goes out for Falcons throwing now on that 5-yard line on the other side of the pitch.
St. Joseph had a possession for a lot of the second half. We're looking to score more and more goals. I really want to see what subs they make it in the second half to see if they bring on the freshmen or other younger players.
Deep throw in there from Atkins. He plays it in. Flicked over. Really good second there and a catch from Vasquez as he holds onto the ball.
We've always had been tested in Brunswick with more faves. St. Joe's keeps the pressure.
Renault on the ball. Sees Stess on the layover and does play him. He just was onto the ball now, and he's done for another one-on-one position. Loses it there, unfortunately. Goes out of bounds for a throw-in for New Brunswick. Don't want to be taken. Weird right up. Free with time. Plays are right back for Boyke. Looks like he's going to start the time wasting. He takes time with the ball. Probably with a long boot up. Tranecki nailed to him the first header, calls for the ref for a foul, but nothing given. Played right back in New Brunswick midfield. Clips it up. Now we're in St. Joe's territory. Chest goes out of play there, and New Brunswick was not able to get that final pass into the box for a long time. Their last really good chance was probably 2 minutes into the game, but ever since then, nothing's been going their way.
Yeah, they need to keep possession, and St. Joe's half more.
A bit of camera problems there. As the ball is on St. Joe's side right now. So there has been some substitutions being made in the game as Charnecki and Mena both make their way off the pitch and Harris and Ortiz come in. Ruben Horace is just able to find Smith. Smith plays it through. Ortiz unable to get there and it goes out for a goal kick. Really good idea though, however, from Smith to try and find that reverse ball.
I think that's what New Brunswick lacked. The balls into the 18. So just a bit doing a really good job. Don't go far of it. Passing the ball.
Atkins hold on to the ball. Plays it all the way back to Boyke. Bobby Holes takes his time, plays it to his town teammate Zachary Smith. Finds Harris in the midfield. He plays it to Ortiz. It goes right back to Atkins. Chips it up, and Ortiz is unable to hold onto the ball there. Zebra throwing.
I like to see New Brunswick have some possession here and keep some position and take a good shot on goal. But or they lose it right away. And it goes out for a goal kick. Yeah, Isaiah, what do you think New Brunswick can start doing to turn this game around?
They obviously need to just keep control of the ball for one. As Zachary Smith plays a long ball, they have not been able to do that at all. As Ortiz was onto the ball now, just saying as which. He does commit a foul though for New Brunswick, but like I was saying, they just need to hold on to the ball. That's their biggest problem. They have not been controlling it, playing it through the midfield, no triangle passes at all, and that's been the biggest problem so far. They are just not able to hold onto the ball, and it gives St. Joe so many opportunities to score. That's how they put four past them already. As New Brunswick gets a free kick and on their 30-yard line, ball played up in the air. Tavares wins the first throw. Marinello unable to hold onto the ball, however. Tavares, however, does win it back. Plays it back for Ruben North with time. He finds Smith. He plays another ball long. Unable to find Marinello as it does go out for a Falcons throwing.
Themselves going on to pick Pano, Carlos, and Caleb Wood.
That Parno making a pretty rare appearance, but he has been a really solid defender for those late game stretches as the Tigers get tired. Parno's not coming in to play that left center back spot.
It's good seeing these guys get some minutes here because St. Joe's up 4-0. Let's see how they play. How's next year will be looking.
And Zachary Smith unable, finally getting a rare rest as he's barely getting a lot of rest. He's been playing 80 minutes, a lot of games as a pretty harsh foul there from Ward.
Yeah, Caleb being aggressive there, which is good to see. And then with another chance to take position and get a shot on goal.
Another free kick as two more subs are getting ready to come in for St. Joe's.
Yeah, once again, New Brunswick loses it right away.
Ortiz, Marinello, back to Ortiz. He has Kui and Tavares ahead of him. Tavares barely loses that race. Oh, he does actually win it. Does play it out of bounds, however, though, for the throw in on that far right hand side. Jaden Yee and Braden Shepard, two players who don't get a lot of play time, are making their way in. Both are really pacey young stars who are just really talented in that final third.
Yeah, the freshman making a good appearance on the pitch here now. Good to see him. Coach Rocker get some play time and some experience for the freshman.
Big throw in there from Atkins. Being able to win the first one, Atkins just, wow, that was really quick for him to win that throw in again for St. Joe's. Pay right into Yee. Yee plays it out of bounds. And looks like Mason Atkins getting ready to take another deep throw in.
Mason Atkins is like a throwing specialist when they're by the 18. He really throws it very far to the box and that's gives the opportunity for Joes.
Deep throw there from Atkins, and it goes right in the hands there for Vasquez. As he just plays a ball smack into the midfield. Ward and Shepard having a bit of miscommunication as Bruno is able to pick up the ball for another throw in for St. Joe's.
Yeah, we're time winding down now. I feel like New Brunswick goal is trying to get a goal in this game. What do you think, Isaiah?
I think it's basically done for them. They can't really score 4 or 5 goals in the next 20 minutes. As we've seen, they couldn't score a goal in the first 60. They've been struggling really, really hard. And they can't get that final pass. They can't hold on to the ball. They won't get this win, I don't think. But the Falcons just had a really, really great game. A field day, honestly. They've been manhandling this team entirely. Well played in from Ward. Gets played right out of bounds there for another Joe Stowen as Joey Guadagnino makes his GMC appearance. He comes in for Whoop. Uh, yeah, he comes in for Darren Rubino's there as he plays that sixth spot.
Yeah, Isaiah, what would you like to see St. Joe's do with 20 minutes left?
Just play a lot of their youngsters. Uh, they don't get a lot of play time, but they are the future for them. They are the team that's gonna bring them more GMCs in the future. That's what probably Rocket needs to do the most here, as Shepard is now launching the ball in the midfield. He tries to find Harris, too unable to win it though.
New Brunswick do a good job trying to get the ball back.
Ball playing with time. Caleb Ward slides in unable to win it. No tackle put in there for St. Joe's. New Brunswick hold on to the ball.
It's a good possession here by New Brunswick.
No tackle there, but Yee using his pace now is on that one-on-one spot. He dribbles through. Wow, looks a bit of a tackle there. No foul hard from the ref. He holds onto the ball still, and it goes out of bounds. But that was really fast from JD and even faster from the defense to recover.
Yeah, he really used his pace there trying to get by those defenders. Looked like you're chipped up a bit, but no call there by the ref. Mason Atkins again once with the
Hagen steps in for a deep point. All from the trifle into the box. Listris cannot win that first header, and it goes out of balance for New Brunswick. A little bit of time here for everyone to catch their breath, as it's been a pretty interesting last few minutes there for Joe's. A lot of chances to get on goal, but the defense is starting to recover, and no goals have been scored so far this half.
yeah, I think the Brunswick defense has looked a little better this half. They have been denying St. Joe's from getting in the box a little more. But still, St. Joe's has been pretty persistent at that point.
Atkins able to hold onto the ball, and Ward just able to use his body to play through and gets a good tackle in. And Shep is also there to recover, as it is a throw in there for New Brunswick. Daniel Barragon on the throw. He tries to play through. He's able to win it there. As St. George testing a new midfield, it looks like, and New Brunswick has been utilizing that. They've been holding on to the ball a lot more this half of the half. Just as I say that, Jaden Harris wins the ball for St. Joe's. He has a lot of time. Tries to find Yi through, unable to. Gets Ortiz, however. He gets the ball. He takes on the one-on-one. Gets a shot off, deflected, and it goes right in the hands there of Vasquez. Now with 20 minutes left in the game, as St. Joe's are still up 4-0. Goals coming from a lot of attackers. We have Marinello, Cui, Tavares, and Stats, who all are on the score sheet so far. New Brunswick, however, on the other hand, have been doing nothing this game, and it has been an entire domination show, basically, from St. Joe's. Stats finds Guadagnino, plays it back to Palistris, plays it in the air. Shepard, look at the aggression there. He gets on the ball now. He takes on the 1v2, unable to break it through though, and a quick clearance has been made. Palistris gets right back, however. Yi with a good turn. He's now on the 1v1. He breaks through. Look at the skill there from him. He plays it in the box. That's Ortiz on the ball. Gets a shot off. Good deflection. And it gets cleared as a really good opportunity for the half for St. Joe's, but that was really good build up play there from the Falcons.
Yeah, good keep by Brunswick. Trying to overplay.
Sciarra unable to get the tackle through. New Brunswick just loses the ball to Guadagnino, who plays it right through. Tries to find Ortiz there, unable to, goes out for a New Brunswick goal kick. As now the lights are making a bit more of an impact. It is now 7 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time. Really not a lot of night games for St. Joe's, both football and soccer, but it's been a really good show for the fans, for the players to get this sort of confidence, and especially Rocca as they go into the GMC playoffs.
The flock has been a presence here the past 2 days. In football last night, in soccer camp, it was good to see the flock in attendance. New Brunswick game possession here.
Harris with the press. Goes all the way out left. Ball played in the middle. And now on the side. Garcia plays it through. Listris unable to win it there. Atkins does, however. And War with time plays the ball up. Miscommunication there from Shep as it goes right back to New Brunswick.
New Brunswick would like to have possession for a little while. I think it's in St. Joe's half, but they lose it once again.
They like to have a goal period. Forget possession right now as Shep has time. Plays it for Ortiz. Shep and Yi both in the box. Finds E, tries to flick it on. He gets the ball. He gets a shot right in the hands there for Vasquez, but that was really good play from Yi in that final third. However, not able to get the right connection for the goal.
Shot by you. But unfortunately, straight to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper boots it up once again, but
Ward puts his body in there. It's like a foul was called there. Ward takes a minute to get up. Rocca calling for man marks there as he's still using his voice to make sure that a clean sheet is remain here for St. Joe's. Ball put up in the air. Pond with the first aggression. Atkins with a really good tackle finds Ward in space. Let's go there from Sciarra. Cannot find Shep there, but that was a really good play there for Falcons. As now looks like goalkeeper Gabriel Meta is not making his way on for Robert Boyke soon.
fiber clean sheet. Oh, goal switch. I don't think Bobby had one save tonight. But really good, really good job done by Bobby with his voice and being his team once again.
Yeah, he makes his way off. Really star performance there from him, like I said before. Not a lot to do there, but his calmness has just been a really key pressure that it remains silence, really. No one's able to notice that, but Bobby today has been doing really good.
Yeah, Bobby really uses his voice there in these games, and I think that's been a really good contribute factor for St. Joe's success this season.
Going for the Falcons on the 10-yard line on the other side of the field. As some more subs are coming in for St. Joe's, Stelio Listris looks like he's making his way on soon. A really techie winger for St. Joe's. And Marco Sumano, also a really small midfielder who is making his way on for St. Joe's as well.
Good to see these guys getting some minutes this year, especially in this game.
Ball played in. Sciarri on the ball. Plays it back to Atkins, who puts it in immediately. Ends up going to Harris all the way on the left hand side. Really good skill for him to try and hold on to the ball, but it just goes out there for a throw in for New Brunswick. Marco Simano and Steliolicious making their way on for Jane Harrison, Luke Ortiz. Like I said, two young switches as another goal switch has been made. It looks like Tenario is making his way back on the field, who did have a really good start to the game, by the way. However, it did really just slip up to him in that second half of the first half, as Falcons were able to put three past him. Thrown for New Brunswick, played in. Carlos, who's now in the center back spot, is able to find Sumano for his first touch. He plays it through as it goes just too far for Shepard there.
Yeah, the freshman unable to get to that one. So time winding down. St. Joe's looks to stay undefeated this game, Isaiah.
Definitely, as they now move to an 8-0 start, the 13th ranked team in the state. They're looking like they're having a lot of confidence going into these GMC playoffs as they get their first game next week. They have a bye this week as they are the number one seed in this playoffs. Shepard on the ball. Really good skill there. Sumaran gets bodied on the floor there. Goes right back to Carlos, who's now in the center back spot. Men with time. First touch of so far. Plays it a Guad. Unable to challenge that midfield, however. Lishers gets the ball to clear. Now it goes back to New Brunswick. Good skill there from Garcia, but unable to win anything there. As Pono gets a clearance, gets slapped right there to Shepard as he sits on the floor and able to get up.
Yeah, the freshman came in hit right there by the ball. Looks in some distress.
Unfortunate there from Shepard as he just struggles to get up. Bit of a gut punch there from Pano. Unfortunate there. He takes a minute to get up.
Yeah, a couple laughs here by the fans, but it's pretty serious. Serious hurt. Yeah, trainer Mancuso making his way out there. And this time it's for Caleb Ward.
Stats now making his way in for Caleb Ward. Looks like he was cramping a bit.
Yeah, he looked like he was hobbling there when he was going for the ball, but hopefully he was alright.
Stelio finds Z. Back to Stelio. All the way to Samano, who wins it. He takes his time and he finds Venegas, but unable to find that through ball there to Stelio. As he gets a chance. Tries to play it through Shepard. Good touch there. Unable to get that second one though, but that was really skillful from him. Trinari gets the save though.
Opportunity. Just an eye by the goalie.
Yeah, and this is now the fourth straight loss there for the Zebras. They are really struggling going into the GMCs. One of the worst teams in this red division. They've been struggling a lot in recent games. They did start off the season 2-1, but ever since then it's been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, they currently are last place in that GMC division. We're hope to improve their record in the upcoming games.
Carlos now on the ball. Plays it through. Guadagnino. Yee. Unable to get that good touch to get through on goal there. Picked up by Tenario. But that was really good build to play for St. Joe's.
Yeah, under 10 minutes left in this game. St. Joe's looks to keep the clean sheet.
Atkins win the first header. Sumano there wins the second. Little guy there using his authority. Scaria plays Listrous and puts it in the box. Sumano again winning another header. Standing at currently 5'6". He's been looking really strong so far in these last 10 minutes of the game. Good dummy there from Guadagnino. Sumano. Listrous. Sciarra couldn't win it. And it goes right back to the Zebras. Ball played out wide. Really good touch there. And now the midfield is all Zebras. Tries to play it through. Unable to find their player there. However, a lot of pressure from the Falcons as New Brunswick are stumbling along to the ball. Ball played out wide. And it looks like New Brunswick hold on to the ball a little bit more as the clock is winding down. Ball played in the middle. Easy pick up there from Meta. First save from him. And the crowd is going wild.
Yeah, good stuff there by the backup goalkeeper, Lee Mena. He looks pretty comfortable back there.
Ball played back to Meta. He gets the ball played in the midfield. Unable to find Sciarra though. Right now, a chip up there and a foul on Guadagnino as the Zebras get a rare free kick opportunity on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, with time winding down, they're trying to get a goal here. I think that will boost their spirits right now after this 4-0 deficit.
Free kick for New Brunswick. As a player is down with a cramp. Bit of a problem, bit of a struggle for him to get up. But time is now stopped with 6 minutes left and 54 seconds on the clock. I'm Isaiah Metal. Again, joining me is Aiden Raju. Aiden, how do you think this game has gone for St. Joe's?
Really good showing here by St. Joe's after just getting ranked by NJ.com. It's 13th in the state. But they have looked good. More goals this game, unlike other games. But still, once again, keeping that range. Yeah, I think St. Joe's, look at their schedule. I think they are going undefeated for the rest of this regular season. What do you think, Isaiah?
They've been looking really strong to start it off. I wouldn't be surprised for them to finish with a straight line of W's to end this season. A lot of really good play from both sides, offense and defense, as New Brunswick does now set up for their free kick. But they've been looking really strong, especially to end up the season. Been scoring a lot more recently.
I think the impact of the seniors in these games have been very, very prominent. And they are, and I think that's what St. Joe's key factors in most of these games.
Big boot taken, goes through the field goal, and that again sums up New Brunswick's day. Not getting any chances so far or any tests on the goal. It's been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, the defense by St. Joe's has been very good this game. Starting off with Phil and Zach, the two seniors, and now with Hano and Mason Atkins in the backfield.
Let's just with the boot. Ball played over, almost an own goal. Yee gets there. Oh, unable to get the goal, however. That was a really big mistake there from New Brunswick, but that was a lot of hustle from Jaden Yee, unable to get that final finish, but the goal was wide open for him.
Almost scoring game. St. Joe's has missed a couple of those post goals, post opportunities. What do you think about that, Isaiah?
I mean, it hasn't been a big problem today as Yee gets another chance on goal. That is it. That is five now. Jaden Yee now with the goal. As you just said that, that's exactly what St. Joe's needed. 5-0 for the Falcons. Goal scored by Jaden Yee.
I'll think he's on there.
Great job there by JD after just being denied.
That is the goal for the St. Joseph Falcons.
Jaden Lee with his third goal of the season. Yeah, yeah, that determination and that perseverance has rewarded him with the goal. And St. Joe's are now up 5-0 with 5
The
minutes.
goal was scored by Jaden Yee.
Yeah, Yee
St. Joseph Falcons 5 and New Brunswick Zebra 0.
using his pace there to just get another goal for the St. Joe's. As now five's been put past New Brunswick. A bit of a day for them to forget, but a really good day for anyone in green to remember. As the ball goes out of bounds and Shepard gets ready for a Falcon throw.
Please shoot by St. Joe's on your lights. They only get one game, their lights each year, so really good that they've come and dominated this game.
Yeah, they've been looking really strong so far, especially in that first half when they put 3 goals straight and within 10 minutes. That's when they were at their best. Their attacking was flowing really well, and so was their defense. And now it's like they're just getting picked up in the second half with all the new players as well. Shepard, Skiara unable to win the ball in the midfield there. As a free kick there for Joe's, and a lot of frustration there for New Brunswick to let go as they've been getting nothing this game.
They're gonna look to try to forget about this game and just try to move on. Pretty rough season, but trying to turn around the next couple of games for New Brunswick.
Delicious on the free kick, plays it up in the box. Bit of a tempter there from Listras, unable to find anyone in the box though.
Close with clearance. First,
Farnian with the header. Goes right back to New Brunswick for a counterattack.
New Brunswick trying to get something to show for it in this game. Oh, and here's a chance for New Brunswick. New Brunswick. Oh, New Brunswick loses it.
Really good play there from Carlos Venegas Panuelos for a stop there, as he's usually an attacker, but now he's come back in that center back spot to give some of the starters a bit of a rest. But he's been looking just as solid there as he is when he's in that final third.
Complete team with everyone being able to play all positions.
Now on the corner is New Brunswick. Ball played in the box, unable to find anyone. Rebound. What a shot there. As it just goes out, and that is a goal kick, but that was a really, really good chance for New Brunswick to get a goal. Their first shot of the half.
Yeah, that's their best chance this entire game. Um, just wish they could have had more of these opportunities to start the game.
Stats holds on to the ball. He takes his time and he ends up finding Atkins on the other side. He plays the ball to midfield. Yee just loses it. Howard goes right back to Joe's as Kiara is trying to get a ball through. Tries to find Shepard, goes right out of bounds there, however, and St. Joe's gets the throw. But even in these dying minutes, they still been looking really aggressive, the Falcons, which is exactly what Rocket would want.
Yeah, they have not took their foot off the gas yet. 2 minutes still left to play.
While playing in the box, as no green shirt is able to win it, and it goes out of bounds for another throw from New Brunswick.
Yeah, but what a game for the Falcons, I have to say. Putting up 5 goals, and the defense looking even stronger, like keeping a clean sheet. What do you think is there?
I think this is their best game, personally. What do you think, Aiden, about that?
Yeah, scoring the most goals in any game. So looks pretty good for St. Joe's. Hope they keep this aggressive nature into the next couple games.
Do you think this is more of a St. Joe's masterclass or just a really, really bad performance for New Brunswick?
I think it's a mixture of both. St. Joe's has looked really, really good in this game, but Brunswick has been keeping them in the game and just can't deny it.
Throwing right to Tenorio there as he's able to get a boot up for the last few seconds of this game. Ball comes to the midfields. Meta sweeping it up, really, really, really composed as he finds Atkins. Back to Stats. He takes his time. Meta puts it into the middle. Atkins. Lister is able to play it to Stats.
Less than 30 seconds to go now. Stats going upfield.
In the midfields. Tries to find Lister is unable to though. As the clock is ticking down with 15 seconds left, and that's gonna be another W for the Falcons as the fans are getting ready to leave. That is it for the game today. I'm Isaiah Meadow. And that right there is the end of the game as the Falcons get their best game of the season, a 5-0 win.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll
thank you for
happy to see you
watching this
guys
game.
next week as the Falcons get a